Guys and gals, I have a really cool post for you. So I didn't ask Jensu for permission. It's a post from 3 years ago. So if JJ, if you for some reason don't like this post being up on my channel, then let me know and I will get it off. I'm gonna skip a whole lot of text from this post because it's not relevant for the message. I'll put the link to the post in the description so you can check it out in full if you so wish. So, let me start by saying it. Yes, it is possible and even easy in terms of complexity and what you need to do to manifest anyone. And yes, it is absolutely possible to recreate them too, aka change to be exactly the person you want them to be. You can change literally anything: their behavior, ideals and ideas, personality, religion, likes, dislikes, habits, hell. You can even change how their farts smell. Yes, anyone. That girl, that guy, that person, that celebrity, that YouTuber, that sugar daddy, Bakugo, whoever that is. That boss, your mom, your dad, your sister, your nan, your best friend. It doesn't always have to be someone romantic. Hell, you can manifest someone that you never met. You can literally create a person in your mind and manifest someone to fit your criteria to come into your life, but I'll touch on that later. We start with something I keep having to remind you guys because you keep crying to me about your story. 1. Circumstances don't matter. The 3D ain't shit. And I mean it. They don't matter one bit. And when I mean none of it, I mean none of it. Not what was, not what happened. It doesn't matter what your history or lack of it is. It doesn't matter who or what your SPs are. It doesn't matter at all what they say, what they said, how they act, or what they do, how they used to be. It doesn't matter where they are, how far they are. If your SP is your neighbor or lives on another fucking planet, it doesn't matter. So the first thing you need to do is stop giving a shit about what happened. I literally cannot stress it enough. None of what happened or was said indicates on what will happen or will be said in your future. Your past does not dictate your future. Trust me, I learned it on my own skin. The common, she says dominator, but I think she means denominator, is that everyone comes to me and feels the need to tell me their whole life story with their SP, the whole autobiography of them and why things are like this or are like that. Stop. If you know circumstances don't matter, then why? I know from experience that for some reason, no matter how many success stories people read with the old story explained, how many comments they go through, they will always find a reason to justify why their circumstances are worse, impossible, or why OP, original poster, story was bound to happen anyway, rather than a good hard work that came to fruition. This everyone but me mindset has to go. Stop fucking yourself over by trying to find ways to justify why it can work for others, but not you, just because you're still stuck with your old story playing in your head like a broken ass record. I know that when I was manifesting my SP, despite my circumstances being not as bad as some people, to me it felt worse. To me, my play still felt impossible in comparison. At least when I was first starting out and couldn't grasp that my circumstances don't matter. Now, when it's all behind me and my SP got through exactly how I wanted him to, I look back and see how much they really didn't matter. None of what he said matters now. None of it. And that's what you all need to realize. Crying and complaining to anyone who would listen about what they said or saying now doesn't help you and it doesn't get you anywhere. I can guarantee you that no matter how many stories I've heard and read, my reply to all of you stays the same. No matter what's the story you spilled, I always said the exact same thing. You need to realize your old story has no place anymore in your new reality. I don't know how you want to think about it, as something that's in the past, as something that's never happened, but you need to seriously drop it. It's dead, it's irrelevant. No matter what your circumstances are, they are irrelevant. You know why? Because your desire is meant for you by law. Whatever needs to move, whoever needs to move, whatever needs to happen, even if it's a fucking miracle or a fucking Madara meteor to fall on their head, it will happen to bring forth your manifestation. It really doesn't matter, whatever. And I mean, whatever needs to happen will. When I manifested my SP, he came through after the worst argument. Like, NGL, for a second I almost tripped and thought, what the fuck? Did I fail? What's going on? Like the 3D threw so much shit, literally the opposite of what I wanted. But I didn't let myself fall into the trap. I affirmed through the tears and the worry, and I just fucking persisted. And then out of nowhere, boom, it happened. Complete 180. Everything I affirmed for, everything I wanted, just like that. Just a moment after the worst 3D shit. So when I tell you it ain't shit, I mean it ain't shit. Everyone is you pushed out, IPO, and free will. Here's the spicy thing, and where you all need to really pay attention. So if you have dived even into a little Neville, you've probably heard of the term called IPO. The world is a reflection of your inner world. People are just mirrors of you. What does that actually mean? People aren't just a reflection of who you are as an individual, but they are a manifestation, aka they are a reflection of your bundles of assumptions about them as individual, specific people, about them as a gender, race, type of personality, your assumptions about people in general, assumptions about the world as a whole, and your assumptions about yourself. For example, your assumption about how people treat you, see you, how attractive you are to people, how lucky or unlucky you are with relationships, etc. You need to realize that your SPs, their words, their action, opinions, and decisions are all your manifestation. They are all your previous assumptions. They played out because you just suddenly decided or dwelled in doubts of being unwanted, unloved, and whatnot. And yeah, sometimes we might know exactly where we fucked up, and sometimes we don't, because we don't know all the different assumptions we have. But the thing is, no matter if we know or don't know why things turned out the way they did, again, they don't matter one bit. And whatever situation we created is great news, because that means that we can create a new favorable situation. Where is my place? Here. And whatever situation we created is great news, because that means that we can create a new favorable situation for us going forward. So why is it possible to manifest literally anyone? And what about free will? Are we manipulating people? Are we controlling them? Don't they have their own thoughts and desires and shit? Well, yes, but actually, no. What do I mean? People in your reality have no free will. None, nada, zero, error 404, everyone. Everyone in the world, in your world, is playing out your assumptions. From specific people, because you assume that Joe always goes to drink coffee at 8 a.m. in your local Starbucks, to the existence of serial killers, because we have collective assumptions as humans that some people are just fucked up and do fucked up shit and whatnot. Your SP is no exception. Whatever they are and do and say are all just manifestations of your dominant thoughts and assumptions. When you're manifesting your SP, you have to really sit down with yourself and try to think, what do I think about my SP? What kind of person do you think they are? What do you assume they are thinking, feeling? So many times I've seen you guys fall into the trap. You tell me all about what they did or you did or circumstances, and then, but I don't know if she still likes me, he still likes me, they hate me, they don't want to be with me, they're ready to commit. A lot of question marks. Why are you listening to them? Why are you allowing them to have their own thoughts and feelings? All those things are just shit you assume. So why assume the worst instead of assuming they are absolutely in love and in awe with you? But he said, I don't care. What they said, who gives a fuck about what they said or did? We know the 3D means fuck all. We know, we don't look at it because it's just a manifestation of our previous thoughts. So stop. Stop letting whatever the fuck they said affect your thoughts. From now on, I don't give a shit what you see, hear, read now or in the past. From this point onward, you will only, and I mean only, assume and affirm only what benefits you and what you desire. But how about free will? Are we manipulating? No. First of all, shut up. Second of all, you ain't manipulating shit. How the fuck are you manipulating when all you're doing is just changing what you think? The reason free will doesn't exist and frankly doesn't even matter is because of two reasons. The first is that we are gods of our reality. That's why everything in general is possible for us. I have my own bubble, my own reality where I decide what I want and how I want it. If I want someone, but that someone wants something else, it doesn't matter because they have their own reality where they decide what they want and I have mine, and it isn't the same reality. Simple as. The second is that, with that being said, when you manifest an SP or a specific version of them, you're not like physically changing them. You're not taking them and physically remolding them, deconstructing their atoms and wiring or anything. You are choosing and moving to a different reality where they are already the way you want them to be. They already want you or are with you. That's all. That's why anything and any version of your SP is achievable because they are infinite realities and infinite possibilities, and everything you could ever want and imagine already exists in one of them. You're just navigating yourself to that reality with your thoughts, aka affirmations. 3. Self-concept. Do I have to work on it? Question mark. Here's the thing. Despite what most people think, self-concept isn't self-love or confidence. Although most people confuse the two, having a high self-concept doesn't always mean you think you're a bad bitch, it girl, cunty mama, although it can be that too. Self-concept is just a term for the general variety of assumptions and beliefs you hold about yourself. And not only physically or in regards to relationship or attractiveness or being the it girl or boy, but everything. How life treats you, being lucky or unlucky, your abilities and strengths or weaknesses, including, by the way, your abilities to manifest and how well or fast you can do it. How you are treated, what kind of situations you find yourself in, everything. From being immune to anything harmful like cigarettes and alcohol to what your average day looks like. Everything that has to do about you still goes under self-concept. There are people who have shitty beliefs about their looks. They don't think they're all that or that hot, etc. But still believe that they have unreal luck with relationships and dating, and some are the opposite. So when you ask if you should work on your self-concept, it depends, but not in regards to your confidence and shit necessarily, but in regards to how you view yourself when it comes to manifesting. Do you think you deserve your SP, or that you're worthy of their love, affection, or they are worthy of yours? What about your luck with relationships in general? What about your belief in the law, in manifesting, in your abilities to manifest? Sometimes your manifestation will take care of those beliefs along the way. Sometimes you'll have to work on it. It all depends on where you and your beliefs stand. 4. Time, patience, searching, and techniques. This one I repeated in every post, but it needs a reminder. If you're gonna come and cry about all the shit and then come back to me a week later saying, I've been affirming a week but nothing happened. Why is it not happening? Why no movement? I'm just gonna clown emoji you. Like, this baffles me. Can you manifest things super quick in a day? 3 hours? Yeah. Will it happen if all you care about and all you do is affirm, look for it? No, because you spend most of your time wondering where it is, how long it's going to take, and just being for lack of a better word, impatient little bitch, respectfully. Stop treating manifestation like some wishful thinking that you think just because you read a post or said your affirmation a few times, that's it. And you can go and bitch and look for it. It took a while to get you to your shitty position. It might take a moment to fix it. Not to mention that first your affirmations need to become your dominant thoughts, and even then, sometimes things just take some time to unfold, and there's still a small delay. You don't know what the fuck is happening behind the scenes. But when you decide that just because you don't physically see movement, you fuck yourself over and put yourself back in the reality of no movement. The irony is, the less you try to focus on the time and searching, the less you focus on how many times you affirmed or how long it's been, and just focus on affirming no matter what, aka being in the state of having it, the faster your manifestation will come through. Lastly, stop treating affirmations like a technique. I'm bored, I'm tired of affirming. Then I guess you just want a quick fix with no effort. If that's the case, the law isn't your answer, hun. The law is natural, simple, easy, but you still gotta do the fucking work. Affirmations are not a technique. Affirmations are your thoughts. Your thoughts dictate which state you will enter, which reality you enter, and which will in turn determine what you will experience in the 3D. But you have to be fucking patient. There is no other way to say it. You can manifest being good at manifesting, you can manifest having shit show up real fast in 3D, but you still have to be fucking patient until it does. Stop looking at the time. Stop looking at success stories and asking people how long it took. Stop taking their time frame as the end all be all, and stop fucking acting like impatient little kids. Even if it takes 6 months instead of 3 weeks to manifest your person, would you still bitch about how long it is and be upset? Or would you just be happy that you get to be with the person of your dreams for the rest of your life? So, how do you manifest your SB? Think about your person. How do you want them to be? Act, talk. What do you want them to think and feel about the world in general? I don't care what they are now. I don't care about anything you have to say about them, what they said or done. What do you want? Now imagine having that. Imagine seeing them, visualize them, and affirm them to be exactly what you want them to be. It doesn't matter what you experienced or heard so far, and it doesn't matter what the 3D shows you. Think as if they are who you want them to be. See them in your mind and affirm them what you want them to be. You want constant text, calls, gifts, simping. She's constantly texting, calling me. They're obsessed with me. They can't get enough. They treat me like a princess, king, god, diamonds, 18-karat gold ring, succubus, god. What are they? Your boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, wife, husband, whatever. Then think as if they are already that. It's all you gotta do. Ignore circumstances, ignore the 3D, not the third. Ignore circumstances, ignore the 3D, and don't react mentally. Self-explanatory, really. You can feel anything you want physically. You can experience physical emotions of missing them, wanting them, obsession, lust, anger, sadness, happiness, excitement. Whatever it is you need to feel, or whatever reason, anxiety, fear, it's fine. It's all okay. But, and this is a very important but, you can feel them physically, but not mentally, aka no matter what physical sensation you're going through, no matter what your senses tell you in your head, you are immovable. So in your head, you are immovable no matter what your senses tell you. In your head, they are in love with you, treat you in the best possible way. You're in a beautiful, happy, committed, loyal relationship with you. They simp you, spoil you, sugar daddy, mommy you. You got an angry text, you get blocked, you look at your phone, PC, whatever, and the only thing that goes through your head is, oh my God, they are just so in love with me. Lucky me. They treat me so good. They are so obsessed with me. They just told me again how much they miss me and love me. I love it. No excuses, no buts or ifs. I don't care what happens. I don't care how many times or days you have to see something and imagine or affirm the opposite. Do it. Drop the old story. Just stop complaining about your history. Stop repeating it to yourself or others. I don't need your background or history. It is irrelevant. Stop thinking that just because you haven't read a success story with the exact story and exact circumstances, then your situation is somehow worse or impossible. Don't be scared to be the first to write one with your situations. Let it encourage you. Be patient and persist. Listen, it took you guys a hot minute to get in this shit, and it might take you a hot minute to get out of it. The only way you can fail is only if you give up. But it's all fun and games to affirm or do sets when there's nothing triggering you. It's a different scene where shit hits the fan, but those will be exact moments where your abilities are tested. This is where most people fail and trip because they see shit going down and they instantly revert back to their old story. They gave up, they cried, they decided it's doomed. On the contrary, that's the exact moment you should show your money's worth. Those will be the point to make or break you. How diligent can you be? How much can you persist? Even if shit seems to go down the worst path, can you control yourself? Do you want your fucking XP or not? If the answer is yes, then you learn to be your own motivator and fucking persist. You learn to not shit yourself mentally every time you see or hear something that you don't like. You learn to be patient and ignore the time it takes with visible movement or not. Ignore time altogether. Put the law to the test and build belief. Recommended, not necessary. I think the common theme is that people find the law out of desperation because of their SP situation. Therefore, their first thing is to try to manifest them without previous experience manifesting. All the belief is built on hope and success stories from subs, but those are all flimsy and fragile, especially compared to personal experience. It is completely fine to watch videos and read stuff for motivation and learning, but trust me when I tell you, nothing will hit you right quite as much as actually putting things to the test and manifesting stuff for yourself. Even if it's small, and there's really no such thing as big or small, it will still build your belief both in the law and your own personal abilities. It is not a must, but it's definitely something you should do, and it will make manifesting SPs a lot easier. It doesn't mean you have to put your SPs on hold or that you can't manifest them as your first conscious thing. It just makes the process a lot easier as you have more belief, so you can chill and ignore shit easier. You can manifest SP and small stuff. After all, manifestation isn't a wishing well. You don't drop a coin every time you want something else. It is truly a lifestyle, and you manifest every step of the way, every experience, every person, everything, and everything. So fucking go for that free coffee or pink car or ladder or seeing a naked Gojo. It doesn't matter. You can do that as well as your SP. There is no limit to how much or what you can manifest. That's it. At the end of the day, all you have to worry about is what you think all day long, or at least every time you think of your SP or shit related to them. You only have to watch yourself and what you think. Keep it at thinking as already having it, and that's all. Everything else, and I mean everything, will take care of itself. All the circumstances, all the buts and ifs. Don't worry how, don't worry about when, don't worry. Just do the work and they will have no choice but change. It doesn't matter who they are, where they are, what they said or did. Celebrity, long distance, a fucking alien from Mars. Your 3D will have no choice but to match your thoughts. So there's a little other piece about bonus, manifesting unknown SP. And you're just gonna have to read that. I'll put the whole post in the description as a link. And I trust that you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed reading it. This person is so good at being entertaining. And the gist of it is, in one sentence, circumstances don't matter. Only what you think matters. So, I will see you in the next video. Remember, a fit mind creates a beautiful body and an epic life. Peace